Hey Taurus, it's your girl JV. Iris just back at it again with the general tarot reading for Taurus. Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season 2021, baby. Taurus, we're going in it blind. Look at that 9 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck because we trust ourselves. Patreon's getting everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything. Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. Everything will be done tomorrow, I promise. My patrons, I love you. Thank you for your patience with me. Life has been coming at me fast. You may identify with that. Hydrate. Burn it if you got it. For daily tarot readings, check out my Instagram, justj_everything. And for other dope shit that I do, my website, justjeverything.com. Now, Taurus, the reason I feel comfortable going in so blind with you is because your ruling planet is home in Libra. And you are attracting comfort, what you need, attracting stability, attracting in new connections, luxury, you like getting to do the things. And it's important that when things are good for you, that you don't get braggy, that you don't be careful of getting on your high horse, take the high road. Be careful of being any variation of egotistical. There is a need for you to make sure that you're seeing everything clearly before you speak. Mercury is in Libra, as well as going to be there. It's going to retrograde in Libra. And we'll be there until October 18th. And so Taurus, is going to be really important for you to watch your mouth, because Taurus, you rule the throat. It's like you can feel it all you want, you can think it all you want, but articulating it, speaking how you feel, speaking your needs, speaking like what you really have going on is always the challenge. And or speaking up for yourself, asking for what you want is always the challenge. And there is going to be this evolution in that. I feel like some of you are really breaking through some of the old, outdated barriers in your throat chakra and in your ability to communicate and articulate what you need. 5 of Cups reverse. First card out to be clarified on the Selenite throne are these old emotional wounds, trauma, pain, regret, remorse. Situations that are rooted in these outdated, or rooted in your outdated coping mechanisms. Something has festered too long, a wound has festered too long, has been, and King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, there's you, Taurus. This is Sun in Taurus. So there may be some sort of outdated pain with someone with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn placements. That's too many cards. But I will take the King of Swords, was what I saw. I do feel like this is an old relationship wound. Maybe an old soulmate connection, something that some of you may call a twin flame connection. There could be also themes or issues with addiction, with substance abuse, with remorse, regret, like just really dealing with old wounds tied to cheating, infidelity, substance abuse issues, over drinking, over smoking, escapism, overindulgence, eating disorders. There are old traumas that are flaring, Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. And these conflicts, these wounds, these hurts, it's like this thing that you wear. I couldn't have picked this. There's something about like old grudges that are coming up that need to be articulated, that need to be thought of, not like waded in. Don't wade in this pool of bitterness or of sadness. I feel like some of you are in a place where you have the ability to attract in what you're focusing on. And if you're focusing on this sadness, well, you're going to start, if you're focusing on it in a productive way, you're going to start attracting in healing. You're going to attract in healing and the divine giving you the energy to deal with it. So for some of you, there may be this influx of energy to get really logical about putting to bed old wounds. Anyone that cheated on you, anyone that used to drink, or anyone that you cheated on, or that the times when you were alcoholic, the things that you said when you were drunk, or when you were you weren't sober, the old grudges. There's definitely something going on with like substances or infidelity or third-party relationships or consensual relationships, monogamy versus polyamory, how you actually feel. There's some sort, like, what do you actually want? What actually works for you? For some of you, there are old relationships or old attempts at polyamory that you're really like having like logic about, or old attempts at open relationships that you're really having like new clarity, new understanding about, new thought processes about. There could be some conflict with someone with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements. And if you're willing to face it, and if you're willing to change the way that you respond when pain happens, it's like you got to face it in order to like heal, in order to evolve. Taurus, that's how this feels. It's like there's stuff coming up from the past that I feel like when you're not going to make the same mistake again. Because if you put the work in to really learn from these situations, you get to celebrate yourself or have this new kind of togetherness, usher in this new type of love, this new flare of creativity, of self-trust, of rejuvenation. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising, Venus in Taurus for Virgo season 2021. Got 2 more cards, please. Final 2 cards, 2 messages. That is a huge deck, but I did see the Hierophant there. And I do feel like you're finding this resolution, Taurus. There is this higher octave of like understanding why things went this way, and it makes you wise in a different way. It makes you 3 of Cups to the 7 of Cups. Yeah, there's definitely something about partying, about confusion, about fantasy, about desire, about old emotional doors that are open that need to be closed. Some of you, there are old wounds, old relationships, old grudges that are keeping you from seeing what's really in front of you, or keeping you from appreciating what's in front of you the way that you should. Some of you, I feel like I hearing a good woman. Like some of you got a good woman, and or you got a good person, you got a good partner, and you may not be able to see them clearly or see things clearly because there's all this mental fog, emotional fog, and you can't make your way. You can't just flow. I'll just figure it out. Whatever life happens, everything just keeps working out for me. It's like, no, you can like actually like make some fucking sense of this if you actually look at it. It's science. Things evolve and change once they're observed, especially once they become aware that they are being observed. And so there is this need to look. Final card, final message. Queen of Pentacles, yes. You're needing to look. Judgment on the bottom of the deck. You're needing to look because there is a divine, look at shit. Judgment with the temperance, and then the 8 of Swords, and then there's the Hierophant again. I'm telling you, the red wing, the angel with the red wings, in both the Judgment and Temperance. So there may be some sort of there may be somebody with Scorpio, Pisces, Sagittarius placements that you're stuck in your head about, or that you're having some sort of interaction or revelation about, or they are bringing in a realization. For some of you, this is legal, and there are a verdict comes in that restricts you in some way, possibly. Those of you, anybody struggling with some sort of drinking problem, or there may be people in your life that are struggling with substance abuse, things may take a legal turn, and that's on you, that's not them. So it's important that you don't make yourself guilty. You can't control anybody. You can't do anything but control your responses. And you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Speaking of that, hydrate. And yes, this is water. I'm always drinking water. If it's not water, I'm drinking ginger ale. Of course, I'm a black girl. Anyway, there is some sort of divine knowing, divine realization that's been coming in. And I feel like the divine has been trying to get you to make specific decisions about how you're treating yourself. Are you taking care of your physical body? Are you taking care of your hygiene, therefore taking care of your financial health, your confidence, your ego, your physical health, your maybe somebody else with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn placements? Are you putting your oxygen mask on so that you can make sense of all the clutter, all the partying, all the craziness, all the drinking, all the whatever it is? There's something that's coming. There's some sort of, this could be an argument. This could be someone getting rushed to the hospital. This could be some health problems. Yeah, for some of you, these are health problems. And this may be heart related, this may be substance abuse related, and this is somebody's divine like aha wake up moment. And it may not be you. This may be like a friend or a family member, and you may have to kind of like have this come to Jesus kind of conversation. Sorry for lack of a better phrase, but like you may be kind of having that like, well, are you gonna shit or get off the pot? And that may be how the divine is treating some of y'all. It's like there's this knowing, this truth has been resounding in your ear. This gut knowing, this divine download has been like placed in your gut, in your body for so long, and you've been denying it for so long that it's forcing you to deny yourself. And that's why Temperance is coming up saying like, hey, there's some self-restraint, there's some patience that needs to be exercised here. And then the 8 of Swords is like the restraint, the exercise needs to be like, needs to be practiced because you're not seeing yourself, the situation, your power, you're not seeing it clearly. And when you take the time and effort to put the work in to free your mind and to look at your role in things and to look at the cycles that are perpetuating or that are active, or the cycles that need to be broken in your life. It puts you in a position to like take the blindfold off so you can read, so you can see what's going on, so you can remember who you are, so you can tap back into your power, tap back into your ability to educate yourself or be extremely wise, so that you can start to feel better and feel more confident and have more fun and possibly like get married or be in a relationship again, or go to feel comfortable at a party again. It's like whatever it is, I feel like it's time to not like, okay, I'm gonna focus on all the things that make me sad. No, it's like, no, it's not just feeling it anymore. It's time to be more logical. It's like putting a logical spin, a more thought-provoking, it's like something about your emotional settings need to be updated because your mind has changed. And so that could be an uncomfortable like updating process. I feel like there are more mature ways of thinking, of being, of looking at this old pain. It's like a more wise set of glasses. Like someone hands you a set of glasses and it's like you look at this old pain through the lens of like a 15-year-old, or you get to look at it at a lens of like a 50-year-old. And it just gives you, there's these opportunities for hindsight to really come in and for you to take heed to the calling that's on your heart, because the divine is really trying to get you to focus on yourself and pour into yourself and heal and temper and be sober and be present, so that the numb parts of you can be awoken, so that the parts of you that have been starting to atrophy can come back to life. And when you come back to life, you are going to be so much more masterful with your thoughts, which therefore you'll be more masterful with your words, and you'll be able to speak things into life and speak things into your physical existence that are really worthy of celebrating. And your definition of celebration may be evolving. The people you surround yourself with may be evolving. Your definition of romantic relationships and togetherness and partnership and connection will be evolving in Virgo and Libra season. And so it's like, it would behoove you, darling, to focus on thyself. Be brave enough to really tend to your physical environment, your hygiene, your fiscal health, your relationship to money. Have you learned the lessons? Have you learned the financial lessons? Have you learned the physical lessons? Have you learned how to treat yourself? Have you learned the difference between self-indulgence and self-worth, or a self-indulgence and self-love? Acknowledge when people are draining you. Acknowledge when you're giving too much, when you're being taken advantage of. Give to yourself the way that you are oh so willing to give to everyone else. In a very physical, like basic way. Treat your fucking self. Get some sleep. Appreciate your body. Fall back in love with your body. There's stuff coming up about like getting back in nature and falling back in love with your body the way that it is in your very natural state. We're going to dive deeper into that in the plunge. If you want the second portion of the video, feel free to DM me on Instagram, justj_everything. Let's get into it. I love you. Shit feels intense and shit's real and good. We're not here to fucking pussyfoot around. I love that word. I love you.
Bye.
For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.